Just for Truckers over here. And today this video is just to inform you guys just getting into trucking, thinking about getting into trucking or anything like that, or if you're just curious. Your first year of truck driving, you're not going to make hardly any money. And that's not a bad thing, actually. Because you kind of shouldn't. Because you're going to mess up. Unless you've driven a truck before, you're going to mess up. It's probably going to cost the company money to employ you, to be honest with you. But the reason why companies keep hiring is because they want to get these new guys and hopefully they'll stick around, because as you guys know, and you guys may not know, that over-the-road trucking has a 100% turnover rate, which means that the average truck driver lasts less than a year at each of their at a job. It's a stressful job. It's difficult. And let me tell you, your first year, I mean, there's going to be times where everybody is wanting to quit altogether their first year. I can't imagine, a more difficult job. Well, plenty more difficult jobs, but not more difficult jobs that 500,000 people do. So, but here's the thing, all kidding aside. Your first year, you're not going to make any money because, like I said, you're going to be messing up. You probably get a very high risk of an accident. You're not going to be as efficient. You're not going to be as proficient. You're not going to run as many miles. You're not going to know the paperwork. They're going to have to hold your hand. It's going to probably end up costing them money. And so don't worry about how much you're going to make. Oh, I'm driving a truck, I'm going to make big money. Well, yeah, you will your second, third, or fourth year down the road after you established yourself and proved yourself. But that's basically what your first year in trucking is proving yourself. And so don't think that you're going to be driving a year and all of a sudden all your bills are going to be paid and you're going to be rolling in the dough. Not saying that trucking is not a lucrative career. It very much is. Very much. I see a lot of people that ordinarily, wouldn't make $20,000 a year making $80,000, So, but you will have to be very patient with it. And meaning, like I said, it's not your first year. You're not going to make a lot of money. Your second year, you should be able to catch up. And then your third, fourth, and fifth year, every year after that, you should be pretty well around $70,000, $80,000, or $70,000 adjusted to inflation. Seems like to be the going rate, average rate, since I've been a truck driver. I've been driving for 11 years, or think about when you first start driving a truck. That goes with, like I said, your first year, you're not going to be rolling in the dough. There's a pretty high entrance fee, and what I mean by that is all the equipment that you're going to need to buy, GPS, Bluetooth headset. I got plenty of videos on all the equipment you're going to need to buy as a truck driver. And so you're going to need to fork over at least probably about $1,000 if you want everything you seriously need to drive a truck properly. Now, I made the mistake of saying, I might not drive a truck that long. What if shit hits the fan and everything? And so I'll put off buying that truck GPS. I'll put off buying, that real nice headset, Bluetooth headset that I, really need, because people can't hear me on the cheaper headset or whatever, anything like that. I kept putting it off, and that's probably one of my biggest mistakes of my first year driving a truck. It's not just forking over the money for some decent equipment. I'm not saying get the top notch of everything. I'm just saying get a truck GPS, get a decent Bluetooth headset. Don't get one of those, little earpieces. Nobody can hear you. You're gonna make the customers mad, and just spend $100 on or whatever on one. But that goes the same with a lot of things. But that, like I said, my point is with that is your first year, you just got to kind of write that off as a learning experience, okay? And then you could start working up your finances and everything. But don't get into trucking because you think you're gonna all of a sudden get out of your bankruptcy or your um, rough situation that we all have um, from time to time. I don't think that in a couple months you'll be just fine. No, your bills are magically going to be paid and all that. Eventually, you should be all right, but just not your first year. This man with Tips for Truckers. Have a great day.